Look at it, 2 little sissies.
I'm clapping. I'm praising. I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before. For the record. For the record. For the record. For the record. But I'm clapping my hands.
All right. The cameras are off. Nice. All right. Is that camera off right up here? Oh. Well, I got to pull the wire out. Or else it won't work. Hold on.
Want to touch this?
Hold on, everybody.
All right.
Hold on. Hey, I feel like I have like a bandana over my eyes and I'm about to hit
Is this what it feels to be blind?
like a piñata.
Is this what it feels to be blind? Hey, do you think 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. matters to Stevie Wonder? Never thought about that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And you know what? He wasn't lying either. He was no mentiras. No mentira.
No, because from his perspective, he was telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hold on, guys. We're almost there.
We just want you to keep guessing because it's been a whole week. It's been a whole week, and we want you to like think really hard of what we look like.
Guess who's talking? That's the game. Guess who's talking?
Guess who's talking? Guess who's on first? Who's on first?
Second.
Who's on first?
I'm just saying for the record.
For the record. Well, even though you can't see us, we want to say thank you very much, Empty Tomb and our Poetic.
Yep.
For those super chats. You guys will get your super cats here very soon. And it doesn't look like I need to promote about super chats because the people that are on right now are the ones who gave. Small Holder Homestead. God bless you too, man.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world.
If it's not one thing, it's 5 other things.
All. Don't worry about it. We got it. We got this.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I don't know. Can they?
Okay, guys, give us a thumbs up. Can you hear our volume?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the volume gauge is working, but I don't know if they can hear us.
Yep.
We don't see any laughing emojis, so either they're not listening, don't think it's funny, or they just don't want to be mean to Angel.
Maybe. Can you hear us? For the record? For the record. For the record.
I just want to know if people know that there's a pastor at one time said that he was so excited that he felt like he did a line of cocaine.
What did they say? Okay. Yeah, audio is perfect. Hold on, guys. Just wait a quick second. Everything was working, and then it was a blackout. Well, there was a Jewish guy, a rabbi, and I don't know. I don't actually know the joke. In Portuguese. Hold on, guys. There it goes. There we are.
I heard you.
Just for the record, I stopped Tino from saying that joke right now. Whatever joke he was about to say, I said, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. All right.
I just looked up corny dad jokes, too.
Oh,
you?
man.
I did.
So can you guys see us? Okay, there we see.
Okay.
What do lawyers wear to court?
What?
Lawsuits. Like that.
All right, who we got super chats? Who do we owe?
You got Empty Tomb
Empty
and
Tomb,
Our
Our
Poetic.
Poetic.
Empty Tomb gets the. Let's see. Kool-Aid Cat.
Bam!
And Our Poetic gets the Blaine Cat.
Oh, Chingo
Because he's in Texas.
Yeah, with the hat
All
and
right.
the grill.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single super chat gets a super cat, and that helps us pay the internet bill. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking like this, like radio personalities, this whole episode.
Episode, and
2X.
you are the next one to get a super cat.
Go!
I feel like getting 100 grand candy bar, hiding it somewhere, and telling everybody, Modesto, come and find 100 grand, and it's all yours.
Sold.
All right. So, we got some subjects, and
Bread Alive.
Another one.
Solo Trucker, what's happening, bro?
Bread of Life, let's see what he gets. He's going to get the the spread cat. And guys, always keep in mind that this J-Cat, if you ever see him, he needs salvation. All he does is hide behind trees, text people really angry, and he's
sweats.
sweating all the time. He needs Jesus.
The rumor has it that how you can identify that cat is the thumbs are actually sticking out of the gloves. He ran through the leather.
What do you call a well-balanced horse?
A well-balanced horse.
Stable.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. I'm here all night. We take donations.
Okay.
You can write them
So,
off.
Yeah.
do you have the subjects or you don't?
I do. Hey, I can vouch for 8 of those jokes. I can vouch for them.
What subjects? What do we got today?
Well, we got. Let me start from the top here. We wanted to talk about how going to church matters,
Yeah.
and especially in today's culture, and for all you sinners out there, you're gonna get saved today. We're also gonna talk about the DOJ opening up new pathway to restore federal gun rights, and we're gonna also talk about exposing Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay.
And so there might be some other ones that we'll throw in, but for now, that's what we got. And I'm sure eventually we'll end up at food at some point.
Madison says that's so stupid.
Which one?
Which part?
I don't know what part.
Okay, well, listen to this one, Madison. This one's for you. Where do polar bears keep their money? In the snowbank.
All right. Enough.
Yeah, because one of the super cats is going to ask for a refund.
I want to talk about the movie The Odyssey.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't give it away,
I haven't
please,
seen it.
because I
Haven't
haven't
seen
seen it
No,
yet.
I'm not going to give it away.
I know
Okay.
Justice wanted to
I'm
go
not going to
too.
talk about the movie, but I am going
wanna
to talk
go.
about the history of it. Is that okay?
Sure.
Can I ask one question? And this is always my question.
Yes.
Is yes?
Theater?
Yes.
It's a must.
Yeah, definitely that. That's
I've
a
seen it-
no-brainer.
I've seen it twice in the theater. And
Yeah,
I want
Okay,
to
I gotta go. I'm gonna go this week.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
that's
this
like
week.
watching Dune at home. Are you a Dune fan?
I've never seen it.
Oh, my goodness.
One was really slow.
I've never seen Dune.
Dune is fire, bro.
I've
Yes.
heard it's really good, but one was really slow.
Honestly,
And I
you will
I fell asleep.
If you wait till it's on stream, you will regret it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no doubt.
All right.
I
then
haven't
I'll go
seen
this
it,
week.
but I do know that I got to go watch
Without
it.
giving away the movie, I will say this, guys. It's based on a book written 800 years before Christ.
Yeah.
About a story that happened 1,200 years before Christ, about the war, the Battle of Troy. And obviously,
Great book.
it's based on Greek mythology.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want to talk about it. That's not Christian.
Yeah, but it's hey man, listen, it's like this. Here's the thing I'm gonna say is when I watch The Chosen, when I watch The House of David, I'm not watching it to build my theology. I'm watching it to be entertained because it's a movie. If I want to learn, I open my word. So I'm gonna approach the Odyssey the same way. It's entertainment. Because it's, people, it's pagans and pagan gods and this and that, whatever. And I'm just like,
Nephilim, the pagan version.
it's a good movie, very
It's a
well
phenomenal
made.
book.
You know what's crazy?
Phenomenal book.
Is I think it's in Galatians. Paul writes and says that in the fullness of time, when the fullness of time had come, Christ came. I don't remember if that's exactly that's the gist of it. And what brought about the fullness of time? Hellenistic culture, Greek culture coming in, that Rome steps in, that breeds into the time that we have a statement that we still use today. All road leads to Rome.
Yeah.
Because it was the Greeks and the Romans that paved the way for roads to be paved throughout the whole nation. And it was through that method that the gospel spread throughout the whole known world, because roads were paved and they were there and set for them. Through culture, through government, through economics, all of those different things. And all those things play into the role.
I couldn't help but, and I heard somebody say this on a YouTube channel, that the guy that, what's his name? The one that did Batman?
Michael Keaton?
Christian Bale?
No, the director. He also did the nuclear bomb movie.
Who?
Christopher Nolan.
Oh, that
He
dude's
What?
that fool's an atheist, right?
No. He was raised Catholic. And here's the thing that somebody was saying. I don't know if he's practicing Catholic or not, but the thing is this.
Other than Tino starting rumors?
Is that the thing is this, though.
I'll find it right now.
Whether he was atheist or not, the fact, like, where you were raised, if you were raised Islamic, if you were raised Christian, if you were raised Catholic, it's going to seep out of you.
Yeah.
So in his interpretation of the Odyssey, even though it's a pagan story, you see the gospel sweat out of it.
Yeah.
He can't help it because he's raised in a Christian, society.
Because that prepped what was coming.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. Now, because hindsight 2020, we know what's coming afterwards. Mm-hmm. You can't look at Greek culture and not see what's coming.
Yeah, because there's some stuff that you're gonna watch it, and you're like, oh my God, it's talking about Christ.
Even 300 with Xerxes.
Yeah. Well, Xerxes was in the Bible.
Yeah, exactly. Now, and so, but all of those little things, you can't. It's there.
You can't take it out.
You can't take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could say whatever we want about,
There was so many things that I'm just like, I would look at Sharon, she's like, yeah, that's the fall. That's this. That's, you know what I mean? Like the hearts of men became weak. Like it's all there.
Even Russell Crowe's movie, like as bad as it was about Noah, with rock people, you can't help it. But if you know the story, you're tracking with it. You're tracking with it, and it's every story has an epic tale.
Yeah,
every human story has an epic hero, and it's all the same. It goes back. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, so you gotta watch it. Like I'm trying to figure out how to trick Sharon into seeing it a third time. Because after the second one, she goes, "There, you got it out of your system yet?" I'm like, I don't know.
So, well, let me ask: is it going to be past this? Will it last past this week? Like, if I wait for Friday because they renew Friday,
It'll be there.
Where do you go?
It'll be there.
I'll probably Manteca.
It's the biggest movie.
I don't know.
You know, it's made over $1 billion.
No, I haven't.
Look up the box office right now. It is insane.
I know Justin's wanted to go.
One moment. I mean, one.
I've never seen a movie make that much money.
I know Justin wanted to go. I know Deanna wanted to go. I'm
the second time I watched it.
1.3 worldwide.
Billion.
Yeah.
Billion. A movie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
1.3 billion, and it's still climbing.
Especially in today's movie watching culture.
Exactly. Nobody goes to the theaters no more.
Does. No, nobody does.
So that shows you something, right?
I remember, Justin, I asked this past weekend, what did I tell you, what we're going to watch? Young Washington.
Yeah, that's streaming.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I feel like watching a movie.
Yeah.
And so.
That's a good streaming movie.
Yeah, just the
But
day
Odyssey,
got busy. Yeah, day got busy. By the time we were going to do it, I was like, oh, we're all going to fall asleep.
Okay, so the 21st is still playing. And then let me see the 23rd. I'll let you know right now. And it's playing on the 23rd as well. That's Sunday, and that's at Galaxy. I don't waste my time anywhere else. So that's reclined seats, expensive popcorn, ridiculous Dollar Tree across the street.
Wait, what does expensive popcorn taste like?
Butter.
There's expensive and then there's cheap popcorn? What do you mean?
No, I mean movie popcorn.
Oh, it's just expensive. Oh, okay,
Meaning you don't pop your own in your own microwave.
Yeah,
and then take it in.
I thought it was like
a bag.
I thought it was like,
Yeah.
remember Pulp Fiction when he goes, "Can I taste your milkshake? I want to know what a $5 milkshake tastes like."
Yeah.
Remember? Which now a $5 milkshake is at any Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
But at that time,
That's a McDonald's milkshake.
back then in the 90s, he's like, "Can I take a $5 milkshake? What's a $5 milkshake taste
I wonder
like?"
what, I haven't had one in a while. What does a Foster Freeze milkshake cost right now?
Ooh, I don't know. But the Dollar Tree is across the street, which is it goes to show my Christianity.
I don't know. I plead the fifth on that.
I don't know. Don't know nothing about it.
Speaking of light, yeah,
I've
I just heard that about Sister Rena, brother. So yeah, exactly. I just found out like 2 hours ago. What were you saying?
Oh, no, just that I never hid candy in Deanna's diaper bag when the kids were little. Those are just rumors. That's it. I just heard those stories through the grapevine.
About what?
Hiding candy in a diaper bag.
Oh man, dude. Whew. Dude, we used to take in it when we had babies. Man, we were in there with like In and Out, Jack in the Box. But we did. Oh yeah.
I took a turkey.
Oh nice.
No, just playing.
And in the drinking.
On a platter, dude, with stuffing.
No, I'm not lying.
And it had the little shoes on its feet.
Bro, I've had people sitting behind me or in front of me saying, "Bro, it smells like In and Out in here." Like, yeah, bro. I got the baby with me, and that's killer. Heck yeah.
I used to tell my kids, I'm like, let's go to Dollar Tree, get two things to take into the movies.
All
right?
the time, yep.
$2 each.
That's it.
And my son David, every time would get a rack of cookies.
Yeah, that's genius, bro.
But that plastic is really loud, and he was wearing basketball shirts and the T-shirt. And I'm like, mijo, I said, that's on you. I'm not taking that in. I'm not sneaking that in
You
for
get
you.
tackled? Those are your crushed cookies.
So imagine a 12-year-old kid, 10-year-old walking with a cookie rack.
Yeah, dude, that's
part of the fun.
That's how they used to. I do the same thing. They walk in. They don't even. We've done it for so many years, bro. They know $2 is what they get. They get 2 candies, because now it's not $2. But anyways, they get 2 candies. And then like if for a long time we weren't doing trick or treating.
Yeah.
So we'd go to the movies. And so whenever we would go to the movies, they would get $20. So here's $20, get all the candy you want. What's the point of trick or treating? For you to go get candy?
Yeah.
Here's $20, buy all the candy you want, whatever, and blah blah blah. And then they spend whatever. If they want to spend $5, they pocket 15. You get what I mean?
There was very few times. There was a handful of times that we actually took my kids ever in their life trick or treat. That was never a big deal. But how many times did we bribe you, Justin? But no, how many times did we bribe you and give them like $20 and go at it?
No, there's a few years there. I would take the boys.
But they were little, yeah. Because we took our kids together.
Yeah, take them to MC Hammer's house because he get full candy bars.
Yeah.
And Tracy?
Yeah?
Yeah, because they were, I think it was
Beverly
middle
Hills.
school age. I think we went like middle school age a few years, like 2 years.
Jesus laying down on the tabernacle, on the Ark of the Covenant.
He's resurrected now.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, go watch the Odyssey, man. It's worth it.
Yes,
it's great
absolutely.
entertainment, and yeah.
I know for me, side note, what made me start really believing, and this is going to sound dumb, but who cares what you think because it's my story, but
and I'm sticking to it.
What got me to really believe that the Bible was true was Alexander the Great. I really loved when I was younger to study Alexander the Great. He was one of my big guys, and when I started reading certain parts in the Old Testament, I'm like, man, this sounds super familiar to me.
Yep.
So I would go over to Alexander the Great in a couple books, in a couple books that I have, and I would like, yo, man, this is talking about the same thing. And the funny thing is that I told myself, if it's true in these history books, then it must be true over here too. Instead of it being reversed, like if it's true in the Bible, then it's true here. No, that's not how I thought. But that's how I've always looked at it. Is like, man, that's what got me to believe the Bible was true.
The humanity of this, like reading the Bible and going, okay, what part first made it human for me? It wasn't the New Testament. It wasn't the Old.
Nah.
It was between Malachi and Matthew.
Okay.
When I studied what they called the 400 silent years, and I realized God really wasn't that silent about what was going on and what was happening, that blew my mind away because it connected all of the dots of everything Daniel was saying of what was coming. And it connected everything from where Israel left off, from Nehemiah and Esther, all the way to where now there's synagogues and all this other stuff. And when I studied that out years ago, dude, that blew my mind. And that forever connected with like exactly what you were saying. I could go either way. I could go through history and prove scripture, and I can go scripture and prove history.
Yep.
And that was a really big connecting dot for me early in my Bible college years.
And I wasn't even following Christ like that at that time. I was just like, okay, this must be true. So it was really good though. Love it. Alexander the Great.
All right. So Odyssey. What else we got?
What other movies?
No. Well, Mel Gibson's doing the part 2 of The Passion. That's coming out Easter. And he is really going deep into, he said in an interview to, I think, Joe Rogan, he goes, in order to tell the story of the resurrection, I had to go to the beginning of the fall.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So he's like, and to film that in the right way, that's taken me 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
And he gets real passionate, almost teary-eyed when he just starts talking about it. So I'm just like, man, Mel Gibson's a bomb, first of all. And for him to take that long to be that careful.
But that's what he was saying. He said one could just creatively, to be able to put that together. Because you go back to Unseen Realm and it's like, dude, you start thinking of a wheel within a wheel.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Yeah, what is it? I remember Joe Rogan one time said when he was reading the Bible, he said he was reading Ezekiel, and he read that whole text and put it into AI, and said, "Can you give me a picture of what this is describing?"
The wheels?
Yeah, like a wheel within a wheel, and it painted a picture. I'm not saying AI is right, but it was just interesting how AI put that together as a living being.
Yeah.
It took that text, put it as a living being, but something that we had never seen before that was in the unseen realm heavens.
Super crazy.
Yeah. And so because we just think of, and the word anthropomorphic?
No, I haven't heard that.
It's God basically taking a very high concept and bringing it describing himself like, and God's hand reached out, and God's eye that sees, and God's heart that felt.
Okay.
Yeah, and kind of that, because that's the way we understand life.
Yeah.
And then
Makes
that's
sense.
the way God speaks. And so, but no, yeah.
Our Poetics is, I'm guessing you're talking about Mel Gibson, right? He is telling it in an interdimensional way like Revelation, so I can't exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like, because I've always said this, even in identity class, is this was happening on earth. What was happening in the supernatural?
Yeah.
What was happening in,
Can you imagine that?
And that's,
No.
I love the fact that,
exactly.
that Mel Gibson's going there. Like he's just like, I'm gonna show this hope, and to the best of his ability.
Like what was Jesus seeing when he was going to Golgotha? The only scene that I've ever seen that touched 0.5% was C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh yeah, when they're
the first
mocking him.
one, when the lion is walking up.
Yeah.
surrounded by just this legion of just the demonic beings as they're surrounding him, and he's walking up to
Yeah,
that
I've been
tomb to lay
meaning to
down.
watch that again. I didn't even I didn't know anything about
Yeah.
that until the two of you told me that.
Well,
Yeah.
About Chronicles of Narnia, like
Yeah.
how it matches up
but
with the word.
my thing is that Jesus obviously could see the unseen.
Yeah,
Where else would Satan be in the world
Right.
other than
at Calvary.
there, mocking?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At Calvary.
Absolutely.
And that's why I always have preached it. I said in Identity, I said, when he said it is finished, I feel like he was looking right at Satan's eyes.
Hmm.
It is finished.
Yeah.
Everything. Not just this, not what's happening, everything from the beginning. You know, so that's going to be awesome.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, I think it was, I don't know who said it. I might have been TD Jakes a long time ago. He said you'd be foolish enough to think that Satan doesn't got a bus route to your church.
Yeah.
Because if he was at Calvary,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted.
Well, I think some churches are Satan's favorite hangout.
Oh, no, absolutely.
He doesn't need to be there though.
Yeah.
I think he enjoys.
You
some
think he
services.
just stops by? It's like a truck stop to him real quick.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I think there's some he knows he ain't welcome at, and some.
No, I'm saying about the ones that are like his hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are his hangouts.
Yeah.
See, I look at it like I don't have to, like he doesn't need to be there because it's already doing what he needed it to do. He went there like bar rescue. He went there, got it to work the way he wanted it to, and then he was like, cool, it's functioning the way I need it. And then leaves to another one to go rescue that one.
I always tell people, I said, sometimes Satan walks by you and does this. And then you're the idiot that goes,
Hey, what's this?
pop. I said, and you stick your finger in the spoke. That was you. The devil spun the wheel. He didn't make you put your finger in it.
Yeah. On another lighter note, I play Rocky. I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And on just another note, just for Naomi and Daniel, they take Chick-fil-A in to see movies.
yeah.
You're not putting out your junk on the internet at all, or saying
That's
where
tight.
Daniel or Naomi are from. They could be from Boston.
I'm dropping a dime on them.
Heck, yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
Hey,
like
man, that's
Belly?
Yeah, that's talent, man. Anybody, you take Chick-fil-A in there, man, you can walk past the people taking the ticket. You know they smell it. You know what I mean? Or you put it on a blanket.
Dude, it was so
that's great stuff.
It was
man.
so
I
bad.
like that.
Like, honestly, before Christ, I remember going to movies, 14 and Tracy. You know,
Oh,
a couple
bouncing?
homeboys. We're all gangbang out watching a movie. We didn't care if they could smell any. I didn't even hide the food.
Oh.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Because the food court in the Tracy Mall,
Okay.
I'd buy the Chinese food, have the whole tray, just walk in. They weren't going to say nothing.
Crazy, man. Now you can pay $18 for a hot dog.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a Costco size.
Nah, heck no. It's not even a
How
Nathan's.
about the nachos? It's like
Oh,
8
man.
chips.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never bought food
Yeah.
there. Never bought beer there.
They
And
have beer at theaters?
yeah.
Some
Do
do.
they?
Do they now? I don't.
Yeah, alcohol bars,
Really?
everything. Yeah.
Oh.
Like all theaters?
Well, I know at the ones here in Modesto,
the Modesto ones.
and Galaxy.
I know Manteca does.
And-
Manteca does.
Um,
The first time
I
I
didn't
seen
pay
that was in
attention.
Tucson. That was the first time I seen that.
I've seen a Taco Bell bar
What do you mean?
in San Francisco. It's a Taco Bell, but it says Taco Bell and it says Cantina.
oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
Really?
a Taco Bell and they
Yeah.
have alcohol.
I've seen
there.
that in Vegas.
Yeah, it's right there in San Francisco.
Up there in up there on the way into Monterey.
Yeah.
There, I forget exactly where it's at, but there's a Taco Bell over there off of one of the beaches up there, and that one has a full-on bar. So
Yeah,
you can
it's-
order Taco Bell, and then it gives you drinks.
Yeah. So it's the Taco Bell logo and it just says
Yeah,
Cantina underneath.
Cantina. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like a KFC and Green Burrito.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I see, me being a Star Wars fan, I thought I was gonna go in there and see the band.
The cantinas.
Remember in Star
Yeah.
Wars, all those weird things. Go,
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
That little
yeah.
elephant.
I mean,
the elephant playing the flute.
New Hope. Yeah.
Yeah, I got all happy. I thought I was gonna see some Jawas in there.
Thought you would see Boba Fett.
Yeah, Greedo. Okay.
All right. Well, let's dive into our first subject then. That was church.
Yes.
I know that's something you wanted.
Well, it's something that I saw Patrick talking about it this morning. He did a video, like, I don't know, 12-minute video. They're talking about church and marriage, and I didn't want to necessarily talk about what they're talking about, but it made me spring up something that happened when I went to Montana. So, but anyways, let me kind of preface it with what they were talking about. Is they're saying that families that go to church is crucial, and he was giving his reasons why, and so was what's his name?
Tom.
Tom and the other guy, the little loud guy,
Oh, okay.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were giving their 10 points and this and that. Anyways, it made me think this is that in Montana, there was a museum I went to with the dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't just dinosaurs. There was other exhibits, but one of them was actually a homestead right outside. I've heard the word homestead. Do you guys know what homestead means? I've heard it.
Isn't it where they'll give you the land if you build a house?
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that, but apparently in 1862, President Lincoln signed the Homestead Act, which would give any family 160 acres, give it to you, as long as you work the land. You had 5 years. If you didn't work the land, and they will take it back. So there was a homestead there.
There's still some areas in the country that do.
The house was actually from that time. It was wide open. You could go in there. You could see upstairs. I mean, it was the well in the back, the cellar that went underground to keep the stuff cool, the outhouse, the chicken whatever thing and all that. Anyways, it was so cool, right? And it made me think this because I was just like, man, this is crazy. So me and Sharon sat there and we're like, this is why you would want a big family, because you need sons and daughters. Because some are tending, there's actually women in there baking when you're in there. The people there are actually doing the stuff they would normally do.
Like real people.
Real people. So there's an old man. He's actually really working on the garden.
Is it their house?
No.
It's their job.
It's their job to dress and actually take care of the homestead. So during working hours, they're really doing what a normal family would be doing. So he's, working with the vegetables in the front. The women are inside baking. One of them are sewing. Anyways, it made me think this, that in order for a family to function, there was no internet, no TV, no smart TVs, no cell phones, no nothing, bro. All you had was your family. Can you imagine how close you would be as a family? Because not only are you entertaining each other, but you're working together to make it work. Because you're not eating eggs unless your sister gets the eggs. You're not eating meat unless your brother goes and hunts. You're not having vegetables unless dad is, you know what I mean? So everybody has their part.
Unless mom's in the field.
And if your pants rip, mom has to know how to sew those pants, because you can't just go to Ross and buy pants.
Yeah.
So everybody has their part. So it's like nobody's a consumer in that house. Everybody does their part to keep the homestead going. But anyways, here's my point. So after working all days, there was no mall to socialize. There was nothing to socialize. It was Sunday service. If you missed Sunday service, you didn't see nobody, because everybody was tending to their own homesteads. Everybody was busy hunting and planting and doing this and doing that, whatever. Yeah. So I guess my point is this. The church was a huge deal up until the last 100 years. Because now, instead of the homestead, they would go out to work at a bank. They would go out to work at the railroad. They would go out to work at whatever. And then after World War II, it got even more because women started being in the workforce and all this and that. So I guess what I'm saying is that it's hard for us to read our Bibles and to understand Christianity as a family, because we're so outside of the norm of the last few thousand years of what everybody else had to experience. This is a new experience. Us driving in a car and saying, hey, I'm going through 5 states. I'll be back in 4 days.
Yeah.
That was unheard of.
I like going to church in Sacramento. I'm going to go to church in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to church in San Jose and commute every Sunday, even midweek, if you wanted to.
Or checking up. If somebody didn't show up back then, the whole church would probably worry. Like, hey, we got to check on, they're not here. Are they okay?
Yeah.
That whole dynamic is a new thing, what we think church is. Anyways, that was my whole point. I don't know what you guys thought or think or...
Well, what you just said or the
thunk.
video that you sent?
Both. Either one.
Oh.
Either one. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts?
Well, I didn't get that out of it.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, because I associated the Montana experience. But what did you get out of it?
Oh, well, I mean, what they were talking about was the importance of going to church as a married couple. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's the way they were putting it was like if you go to church, you have less risk of divorce. You know what I mean? And they were talking about the divorce, and I don't even know what led him up to that because I didn't watch the full episode. Do you know what led him up to that?
It was saying, I don't know what led up to it. I didn't see the full episode either. But they were saying that it gives a family a basis. It gives you a home base, something. You know?
Hub in the center.
A hub is a family, you know? And yeah, they were talking about the importance of it. And even Vinny was talking about how long he's been sober now, you know? And all of them were talking about just Christianity.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, let's just, like, you can take the spiritual side, right?
Yeah.
You know, we all need growth. We all need mentorship. We all need accountability. But if you just stripped it down in a community level, how important gathering together is, how important it is to have relationships and friendships. Like Grandpa, you know, stories of Abuelito, always dressed up. Why? Because I'm going to town. Stories that Dad would tell us. You know, the mindset was so different back then, you know, 60, 70, 80 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, of just travel and, you know, all those different things that are there. Like Sunday service, like I remember, like we had Sunday service twice every day.
Yeah.
Growing up, Sunday morning and Sunday night.
Yeah.
That didn't change until the early 2000s when we moved and you know, the building we were at on Main Street, we moved to Fremont. Then we negotiated or had a conversation about, well, should we have two services or should we have one?
What was the mindset behind that?
Because people would travel for so long.
That's why they would have two services?
So you'd go and you'd have service.
So it was really just a lunch break.
Exactly. And then you'd have the second service after lunch, after fellowship, you know, with hanging out, everyone there. And then before we go, let's worship the Lord together, you know, again together. And that was the mindset for a very long time.
So the pastor was preaching two separate messages. Was it a service, like just the same as the morning?
Like our services?
No.
Or like back in the day?
No, your service, when you had double services.
Sunday morning was more a Sunday school service.
Oh, it's more relaxed.
Well, no, not really. It was more like, let's say what you do Wednesday.
Everybody talks.
He
Everybody
did Sunday.
participates.
No, because it was a bigger congregation. So it was more of all the kids had Sunday school.
Yeah.
The congregation stayed inside, the adults, and it was a Sunday school teaching through the scriptures. The children went into theirs.
Yeah.
You know, all those different things, the youth. And it was just a Sunday school teaching for the adults. So it was a shorter service, but we all had worship together.
Yeah.
Sunday night was your evangelistic service, you know, type of a thing. But originally when two services was a thing, think about it. You came walking, you came on horses, you came on wagons, you came, and you traveled, you took a lunch, you had church, you had lunch together, fellowship with the community, you had church again, and then you would travel back before sundown.
Yeah.
And that was the cultural mindset, because when else did you have an opportunity to, outside of having a Bible study at home? You know, you didn't travel like that.
Yeah.
You know, but on a community level, I agree. You know, it's so important. Like I've never seen a fruitful husband goes to this church, wife goes to that church. I've seen that for moments. I've never seen that for a period of time actually be successful and fruitful for their marriage.
I've never seen a marriage where one of them goes to a building and the other one goes to the church of the NFL. I've never seen that successful either. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like one stays home to watch football?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Or I've never seen a successful marriage that like, oh, let's go to church on Saturday. So that way I don't have to go, it's football season, so let's go on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't see that either. Oh, and then I'm going to take off with my, those are people who aren't in it for what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? There's no relation. They're just churchgoers. They're box checkers. And so I've never seen a marriage successful.
What's a box? I know what it is, but explain that to people.
A box. They literally are checking a box. So it's on your to-do list for the week, and to
like
go,
laundry.
Yep, like laundry, or clean the bathrooms, or clean your kitchen, or mow the lawn, going to church,
Wash the car.
All that. Go to church. Man, dude, I don't know, man. I you know what? I got too many things to do today. I'm not gonna be able to go to church. We'll go next week, God. I like the saying that says, thanks, God. I'll call you when I need you again. That's those people.
Yeah.
I like to call them, some of them are crisis Christians. All the rest of them are just churchgoers. And so that's what they build in their marriage. So, I mean, what do they expect God to bless in their marriage when you don't even take time to get to know who he is? So it's just what it is.
I don't know if this is a side note, but I think it connects, just a separate question. Why do you think less men attend church than women? And how can we fix that?
You know what's funny is that I was just looking up that stat, and it's flipping. There are officially in 2026 more men that attend church than women. I don't know when that happened.
I bet you anything, it's probably been after pandemic.
I think it's after pandemic and really after Charlie Kirk.
Exactly.
We're actually in the midst of Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
When he was going, because he was out talking to young men. That was he was talking to
Who
both.
are now starting to have kids.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, that was his focus. He was talking to women too, but his thing was turning the tide with men, young men, you know, and so there actually is officially more men in church than women.
I know before that, in the one-on-one counseling that I would do, it was the God complex. You know what I'm saying? It was the God complex that a lot of the guys were going ahead and they were having, because why doesn't she just stay home and talk to me that way? Or why doesn't she do this? Why does she need to go over there? Who is she trying to impress? And the thing about it is they were having a God complex, and they wanted to, it was the ego, it was the pride, they wanted to be God.
Yeah.
That's
Poetic, who's there? Because he says they're going to Orthodox church, but I'm not sure who the
I think he's answered.
maybe the church, maybe the box checkers.
Oh, I don't know.
So the other thing is that they were talking about on that video that you sent out was, my God, I just brain farted. They said that
he's continuing his conversation from above.
Every 10 seconds or every 30 seconds. I think it was every 30 seconds there's a divorce happening. Did you see the video?
Every 30 seconds there's a divorce in America.
Yeah, every 30 seconds there's a divorce in America. So then they added up their, like, how long his podcast, how many divorces just happened in the time of this podcast.
That's 240 divorces.
240 divorces. They said one thing at the very end, though, Patrick did, and he was saying about, look, you want your marriage to succeed, go to church. And I've always... early on in the counseling days, I remember reading and learning and doing everything, and I've just grown from there. And the thing about it is, it says, I remember reading a statistic, and it says 1 out of every 3 marriages who do not go to church end in divorce. 1 out of every 3 marriages that do go to church end in divorce. But 1 out of 1,000 and some change that pray together out loud end in divorce. So I was looking up a few of these things, and it says right here, statistics of divorce in America. The overall U.S. divorce rate stands at roughly 2.4 per thousand. Okay, So, according to the contrary, the popular myth of 50% marriages end in divorce, the actual lifetime risk is closer to 1/3, which is 33%. And that's just people. That's just the
Yeah.
divorce period, right? So then I asked it about what is the difference in statistics in divorce from the ones that go to church to the ones that pray together. Couples who regularly attend church experience a 30 to 50% lower risk of divorce compared to non-attendees. Meanwhile, viral claims suggest that couples who pray together daily have an extraordinary low divorce rate of less than 1%. And it was just like, it's not about entering the building, it's about bringing God into the marriage. And it was just like, when I'm
Absolutely.
when I'm looking at that, it's eyes through Christ. And if your eyes and your speech is not through Christ, you haven't figured out that's your spouse's dad. And if your
Yeah.
spouse's dad was literally from the man's perspective, if your wife's dad was standing right there, you would disrespect her in that way? And it's of course not. Every man has told me no. And so it's like, then why do you treat her the way you treat her? But pray with each other is the number one thing. It's overall, it's proven, it's in your Google, it's in other books, and going forward is what that is. So
Yeah, because I think there's a huge difference between going. Well, obviously we know there's a huge difference between going to church and being the church.
yeah.
And
Take it.
but is there positive in somebody that at least did that step?
Yeah, you gotta get to it.
Yeah, but yes. Now, is that mean salvation or transformation? No, but at least that positions them then better than where they were. But that's not the answer. Ultimately, that might be the sidewalk to the answer, but it's not the answer.
Yeah.
And that's let's not fool ourselves. At the same time, I was just gonna say, even think of outside of the church and the religious realm. Let's think practical. Tino, in business, if you can gather the heart of a husband, what is the likelihood of you gathering the heart of that wife?
Oh, it's almost night and day. It's almost
Now flip it.
almost 100%. Oh no. Oh no. Not in what I do.
Exactly.
Not in what I do.
Exactly.
I literally, depending on the wife.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
No. Yeah, me neither. I'm saying depending on the wife, I won't even do a meeting.
Yeah.
I won't even do nothing. Your husband needs to be here. There's a couple reasons why I do that. If Mickey's there, maybe I will. But other reasons, nah.
You're swimming upstream.
Because I'm just, I mean, in no disrespect, in no way, in shape or form when I say this, but it's almost a waste of time. I couldn't occupy myself somewhere else more productively. Because then all I'm doing is I'm adding a second or third time of having to do that same thing.
Yeah. No, 1,000%, absolutely.
So yeah, it's really night and day. Not all of them. I don't talk in always or never. So, but yeah, very rare.
But I think in the church, I think in the church that's the same way. And I think what changed that direction was Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Speaking to men, open the ears of men.
Yeah.
And then the pressure for the last 20 years, 15, 20 years that has been against men. I think men just got fed up and pushed back and was angry because it's like, it was the who's the guy that came out from like, he's the bald guy. He's always, Justin, you're not too, what's that dude? Andrew Tate? Yeah.
He's not bald.
No, I thought he shaved his head.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Because then the Andrew Tates came out.
Yeah. The brothers.
The brothers.
Christian Tate and Andrew Tate.
Yeah. And so they came out and it was this masculinity thing. And then it really, really carried into something was like, whoa, hold on.
They took it too far though.
Yeah, let's bring this back. But then that's when Charlie Kirk started catching a platform.
Yeah.
That's when, all of that. But, ultimately, if you the gospel is very centered around that. If you gather the man, you gather the family.
Yeah.
That's Cornelius. What did Cornelius? He got Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius was praying. Peter preached to Cornelius, and then the whole family was baptized.
Well, same thing with the jailer.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Which leads to our next conversation. That I think that is the heart quote unquote, what Minnesota was trying to lead to.
Well, before there, a couple people
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
said some things.
Go for it.
One of them was our poetic. When I said they're going to Orthodox churches, he said there's a huge Orthodox Catholic resurgence, and I agree. There is a lot of people going back. I think people are fed up with the silliness of what much of the church has become.
I agree.
You know, but here's the thing is that everything comes in waves. And this is something I learned a long time ago, is that, for instance, those of us that were brought up in strict churches, and then we want to continue in the church, then we have a lenient church. And then those kids grow up lenient and they're like, man, how come dad and mom weren't harsher on us? So then they harshen the church again.
Pendulum.
Yeah, it just continually goes back and forth because no matter what, that's what I tell people, because it's so many young people are critics of the way we parent. So they're going to do the reverse, and then their kids are going to rebel against them. No matter what.
Yeah.
If you're too lenient, your kids are going to say, you needed to be harsher on me. If you're harsh, oh, my parents are mean on. So no matter what, your kids, this is the beauty I get. I can't wait. Whatever kids critique is that your kids are going to critique you. And that's the thing that's just the way it is. So in the church, I think that right now, because church has gotten what it's gotten, it makes sense why people are going back to Orthodox and Catholic, but the pendulum will swing because they'll realize they're falling back into exactly what started the Reformation in the first place.
Yeah.
Is everything is just tradition and everything is just this. And right now it sounds good because the church is all over the place. So going back to a place that's more traditional feels good and it sounds good.
Well, I think the church, when I say that very broadly, but I mean, when I say the church, many of them are kind of like, we don't want any traditions.
Yeah.
We don't want no traditions, no flesh, no way. We're just going to be super spiritual and spontaneous. Not realizing that there is some traditions in the New Testament that are very, very important.
Yeah.
There are some biblical traditions within family and marriage and home and children rearing and worship and community. You know, when we're taking communion, are we representing his body broken? Are we representing his blood? Yeah, but we're also representing doing this together for one another in the same way that he laid his life down for me. That when I'm taking communion, I'm making that agreement as well with the brotherhood. You know, in that moment, there's traditions that are biblical that you can't just throw everything out. But I remember, and mom and dad are always watching, and mom would always say, when I was growing up, right, mom and dad were born in 1942. I said, Mom, if it was so good in the 1950s, why did the 1960s and 70s happen?
Yeah.
And then what happened after the 1960s and 70s? Then we had the 80s.
You got conservative again.
Yeah, exactly. I said, so you see that.
That's when Reagan, a Republican, became a president.
And he was the governor of California.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see this flip-flop back and forth because that's just human history.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way around it. It's just human nature. It's human history. It's fallen human nature.
Yeah.
Stop changing the way it was.
Yeah.
Stop,
you know how hard
what happened is
stop changing what it was.
Think about food, right? Everything's like, for a minute there, I don't know if it's popular now, but like this fusion, like Chinese fusion, Mexican fusion.
What does that mean?
It means that they're coming out of the traditional taco. They're going to infuse other cultures into that taco.
Oh.
So that became big. But you know what happens is you eat that so much and you're like, I just want a good old-fashioned taco.
Yeah.
That's going back to Orthodox. You see what I mean? That's all that is. It's saying, man, I just want a regular taco, man. Everybody wants to, like all these foodie places. I like foodie places. You know, like I love the Rivets. They have these burgers that nobody else has. Or we went to this place in Riverbank on Sunday. I went over there. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Ken folks.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee you, if I go there enough, the day's going to come when I'm like, I just want a regular burger. Just a good old-fashioned American burger. And that's exactly a picture of what's happening in Christianity.
Yeah.
is people just want something more traditional.
There's one item I can't order at a restaurant. I've never ordered at a restaurant. I never will order at a restaurant because when I have ever tried it when I was younger, I was never satisfied.
What?
That's enchiladas.
Oh, what about it?
Mom's enchiladas are the best.
Bro, you cannot compare home cooked food, bro, to
I don't.
yeah.
That's why I don't even try.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro. I see so many people, like, I don't eat menudo, but so many people are like, oh, yeah, this is not like my mom's. Of course not, bro. It's because it's not your mom.
Yeah.
That's why, bro. Like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't know about this. Why'd we come here then? Oh, I figured it would be good this time. You mean you've been here?
Yeah, no, I don't order it. I'm not going to waste my time because I know. But you know what's crazy is when in doing that,
Sunset's free.
let's say with Diana, because like Diana loves mom's enchiladas, but does mom make enchiladas Mexico style?
No.
It's Tex-Mex.
So
That's our orthodox.
Yeah, of course, bro. I get it. You gonna do your thing?
Yep.
Carl!
And get super cat.
Now it's official. Oh, and he gets
And super cat.
Bam, the cowboy cat.
You know, you talk about traditional tacos. Now, I don't know the originality and how it happened or what, when a taco was. Was it the chicken or the egg first? I don't know. But eating tacos here is just not the same like eating a taco in Texas.
Yeah.
Like, why did Texas, like, spice it up and do all what they Texas do? Because everything is big in Texas, I'm guessing? I don't know, man. But it was like, I remember when I got back from Texas, I hit a truck. And I went for some good old authentic Mexican food. It was greasy. Stomach hurt the next 3 days. It was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Everyone I know from Texas that comes here prefers the Mexican food here than Texas.
Yeah.
We have better food.
Yeah. It's just a given, bro.
But when I go to Diana's family in Mexico, dude, those bean tacos are the most amazing thing I've ever had.
Just beans?
Just beans.
Oh.
Just beans in a tortilla. Just
sounds like a baleada with
yes,
Honduran.
that and
food.
queso.
Here's the thing, though. You know what it is about Cali Mexican
See,
food?
we got the food.
Wait, the funny thing is if you look at Sunset's Free, his very first thing is are we talking food again?
Not until you came in, brother. So I think this, though, is that in the same way, we always want the best cooking to be our moms, right? This is, I think, Cali's dilemma, is we here, our Mexican food is
Angel lies.
Huh? Our Mexican food here is really Michoacan food with a little bit of Sinaloa. So to us, that's Mexican food.
In California.
Yes. But in Texas, they're closer to other Mexican states.
Yeah, Chihuahua and Sonora.
So to me, so here's the thing. If you were raised with Chihuahua Mexican food, then you're going to come to Cal and be like, it wasn't no good because you're used to that. Just like mom. You want mom's menudo.
Yeah.
And somebody else's menudo might be amazing, but it ain't mom's. So I think here in Cali, we eat Michoacan and Sinaloa food.
Yeah.
So to us, that's Mexican food. Because I went to this restaurant, it was Mexico City, El DF food, and it was different. It's in Stockton. And it's not, and I'm like, why is this different? They're like, oh, this is from Mexico City. And then that's when I realized, oh my God, to me, Mexican food is Michoacan food. Because that's the majority of the people that are here is Sinaloa and Michoacan. You go to 9 out of 10 Mexicans here are from Michoacan and Sinaloa.
Like, I'm not crazy about Mexican food in Tucson or Nogales.
That's a different state.
Or Douglas, right on the border, Agua Prieta. It's different. And then they have Sonora hot dogs.
What's a Sonora hot dog?
It's like chili beans with pico de gallo and all this stuff and all these different toppings on it. And I'm like,
why?
It sounds like a Callejones dog. No?
That sounds like a bad day tomorrow, bro. That's what that sounds like, bro. That sounds not
Our
good.
Poetic says, it's like the whole birria argument, goat or beef. If you're from mountains, goat is... To me, real birria is goat.
Yeah, it's fuel.
But again, is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm used to.
Empty tomb, Italian, Sicilian, the same way. I don't know why I said it like that, but...
It sounded right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to food faster than what we even thought. I thought it was going to be more towards the end.
Yeah. Iron PR says Christians can't be Freemasons or in fraternities. They are demonic organizations. I don't know enough about that, but I'd probably agree more than not agree. But I'm not really. I'm kind of ignorant about that.
I'd Freemasons. I don't know what fraternities.
Yeah, Freemasons. Yeah, I would say fraternities. I'm not saying no.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I don't know
I'm not
enough.
familiar.
Yeah. You know, okay, guys. Since we're talking about food,
Oh man.
Hey, I try to reel it back. I try, but they pull us back.
this
in.
gets on my nerves. I don't know if your Mexican places have this, but if I walk back into a Mexican market and they have the word bistec,
Mhm.
and it'll be bistec de carne, bistec de pollo, and I'm like, dude, do you realize that's just a Mexican that couldn't pronounce beef steak? So now they turn it into bistec.
Oh,
It literally says BISTEK,
Yeah, I know.
and I'm just like,
We're
I
getting
had some
can-
the other day.
so Sharon
getting
one time
canceled.
ordered, huh?
So we're getting canceled.
So one time Sharon ordered, okay, yo quiero ese bistec de pollo. I'm like, Sharon, there's no such thing. You're saying beef steak of chicken. That makes no sense. That's like asking, I want chicken from the sea. You know?
Daniel, I know, bro. I did eat. I ate before I came, and
So-
they still
Did
got
he?
the
Did you say you did it?
Daniel.
Oh.
I don't know. So anyway, just like, and then you hear, and then they have now donuts. Do you mean donuts? Not donuts.
Bifteca.
Ice cream.
Oh, yo quiero bistec y unas donas. You know, and I'm just like, are you serious, man? Now you're butchering
Transliterating.
the English language and making it something that it's not.
You see, FT2 next week on Let's Just Eat. No kidding, bro. No kidding.
Yeah, man. So,
Oh, man.
anyways, since they're free,
Azteca beef.
what about the huevos
Beef steak.
rancheros? The only way to eat it is yolk, egg, on yeah. So, anyways.
Oh man, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down a avalanche slide right now in a minute.
And what is it with the sushi, Mexican sushi? Is that good or is it not?
is it?
Well, it depends on where it's from.
There's one place over here by the mall
The Culichi town?
that has associations, what I heard, but I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, well, it's Culichi town, and I don't know about I'm not talking on their association. But
Have you ate there?
yeah,
What is a Mexican
the
sushi?
tostadas are good.
But what's Mexican sushi? What is that? Why
It's
is
just-
it? Why is it back to the
Guys,
fusion?
I tried to take it to Minnesota.
Is it back to the
I tried
fusion
to take
thing?
it to Minnesota.
It's yeah, it's something they're doing here. It was a way sushi was making such
Yeah.
a hit all over the place.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
said, "Hey, let's just go ahead and get on the sushi train, and we'll just call it Mexican sushi." And a bunch of the Sinaloans, they love it, and so man,
That's
they're
like
doing their
having
thing.
Ethiopian pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I don't know what that means.
me either. I feel
I've
like they
had
would have
cur-
no food on it.
I've had curry pizza
Ooh.
instead of tomato sauce or whatever. It's curry.
I don't know.
That
I don't know what
doesn't
Mexican
sound good at
sushi
all.
is.
Do you like Indian food?
No,
Okay, then of course it's not gonna sound good because it was pretty smacking.
I don't at all. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. No offense to anybody that is or likes Indian food.
Or
sounds
poetic, that sounds like Chorro
bro.
Town.
Yes, sir. I want a Japanese making my sushi. I
Young
don't
Jay.
want all the fusion stuff. Well, I mean, if you live here in the valley or if you live in California, I really hate to break your heart, bro, but 90% of people making food, any restaurant you go to, are Mexicans.
Look at Cholo Trucker. There's such thing as a doyer dog.
Yeah, yeah. If you know, you know, bro. And those are fire, by the way, bro. And you know it. And you know it.
So
Can I have a doyer
I have a
dog?
question because Young Jay says I want a Japanese making my sushi. I don't want all this fusion stuff. So if a Mexican is making your Chinese food,
Yes.
is it Mexican food or is it Chinese food?
It's whatever you call it, bro.
Because it's a Mexican cooking it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Arizona, same thing. It's flipped.
Yeah, we went to this place the other day, and all the waitresses were just white. It was white, like a white grill. But then if you really listen, I can hear in the kitchen, "Vivo de tres animales." It was straight Mexicans cooking that food. I'm like, oh, los tucanes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, man,
I-
that's-
so
Oh,
so
man.
it's worth getting a doyer dog?
Absolutely, bro. Dodger dogs are smacking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And anybody, all my people from SoCal, man, they if you've been to a Dodger game, it's a must. You get a Dodger dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I ever go, I need to get
yeah,
one.
it's an absolute must. Even if you don't go, try to figure your way up there, man, and get up to the stadium, and go get a Dodger dog.
Iron PR 2717 says Dodgers dog tastes like every dog in every ballpark.
That's incorrect. I've been to a few ballparks, and they do not taste the same.
Really?
How about in
No Diddy.
how about in Boston?
Yeah.
How about in Boston?
Oh,
Well,
man.
you know what I think about Boston.
They waiting in the car.
Yeah.
But
So-
back to Minnesota.
Okay,
All
back
right.
to
Let's
Minnesota.
stay.
Let's reel it back.
Let's reel it back here. So there's a man. I forgot the guy's name now.
Higbee.
No. The one that did the video,
Cameron Higbee.
O'Keefe.
Oh, that video that you
That
sent.
video that I
okay.
sent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the O'Keefe story.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, look at Cholo Chicano. I went to an upscale Italian restaurant in Monterey, and all the cooks were Oaxacans. Hey, what was the name of that restaurant? Because I think I've been there. I bet you I've been there.
How'd you see the cooks?
I know, they're too short. Did you start saying too short? Okay, anyways, back to Minnesota.
So the O'Keefe story that broke, and it's a crazy video. It's funny if you
Who's
look
O'Keefe?
it up.
The one he's
The guy that the video that he's always doing undercover videos.
Oh, okay.
And he's always like releasing all these little sting videos.
Yeah.
Congress. I mean, some really big stories that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this last one where he dressed up as and acted like he was a Muslim. And he went in and
That's
with
cool.
private videos and went in and said, hey, I want to vote. I've got a couple people with me. I've heard, James O'Keefe, and he said, I've heard that I could vouch for people. And they said, yeah. Do they don't need their IDs? No, you're the ID. So they're not registered to vote. It's okay. You can do that for up to 8 people.
Yeah.
He said, so I can bring in 8 people and from, they said, yeah, as long as they live within this area, they don't have to have ID. You have to sign there is a waiver that you have to sign. Just saying, yeah, what I'm saying is true. And the woman in the video literally tells him, they don't need IDs. You're the ID for them. And they can cast a vote without any issues. Think about it. That's crazy.
Young Jay says, David, correction, it's Minnesomalia.
This one says in a YouTube framed as an election integrity test, conservative influencer Cameron Higbee documented his trip in the poll sighting in Minneapolis on primary last Tuesday. To dig deeper, Higbee also asked to take advantage of the state's vouching provision, which allows voters to vouch for other voters. The law is intended to allow for eligible voters who aren't properly registered to cast a vote on election day by allowing for registered voters to confirm their residency. The Minnesota Secretary of State says most of the time vouching is used by people who are registered to vote but have moved and haven't updated their address. In 2024, less than 0.6% of votes were casting.
In the voucher?
Mm-hmm. That's what they say, according to this. Of course, they're going to say something extremely low. But that's crazy that is allowed.
Yeah. How do they expect us to believe that statistic?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is crazy. No, it's not my cocaine, says a pastor. That I don't want to mention.
Because I've never done it before.
Named Steve Furtick, but I don't want to go there. So anyways, yeah, that is crazy, bro. I've never heard of vouching ever. I mean, I've heard of vouching in the penal courts, but never in real life.
You kindergarten, dude?
Never ever have I heard of that, dude. That's wild.
But dude, that's crazy that would actually be a state law
Yeah.
and allow that.
I don't even make no sense at all.
And so, if I went into the bank, can I do that for money? I mean, it's like, dude, this is changing laws. And I don't know how many. I don't know if it says how many other states have laws like that.
Let's find out.
The other day, Sharon went to a doctor and we had to show ID.
Mhm.
So I can't see a doctor without an ID, but you can vote without an ID.
I can change laws and change leaders that make laws without any identification because ID is racist.
That's crazy.
And
I
hey,
think it's racist to say that having an ID is racist.
I agree.
So you're saying I'm too stupid to have an ID?
Yeah.
That makes zero sense.
But I can have food stamps. You need ID.
Dude, I don't remember anybody in the hood not having an ID. And I had some pretty dumb friends. That's really...
You can't get government assistance
That's
without an ID.
really dumb friends. And they all had ID.
You have to show proof you have no income. You have to show proof. Dude, we have all been at one point in time in the system getting government assistance. Yes or no? All three of us. At one point in time. We've all been as far as needing government assistance.
Oh, man, I wish I could get some right now.
But do you not need proof? Do you not need documents?
It doesn't say anything about how many states have vouching laws.
Our boy said, my Donnie can't get discounted groceries without ID. Is that true? Are you?
Bro, ODB showed up at the welfare office and
that was his album cover. He put his welfare.
That was his real welfare card. His ID card, bro, was his album cover.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. Old Dirty Bastard. He was a Wu-Tang member.
Yeah.
From Wu-Tang.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, man. It doesn't
and
say
his album cover was his welfare
ID
card.
How many states have vouching laws?
That album was banging.
That was a dope. Yeah. What's his name got off on the beats on that?
No, I get it, Arpo. I'm saying, is that true? Like, Mandani can't get, like, you can't get discounted groceries without ID. That's pretty racist of him.
Let's see, Young Jade. No, David, it's because with Trump's SAVE Act, it's not only ID, it's also showing your birth certificate. It makes it a hassle. A lot of people would say, I'm not voting. They want it easy. American Chicano says Democrats play the semantics game and it works for the large majority of dummies. Why do you think the school system is dumbing down the next generation's mindless voters? And Anthony Toom, that dude was wrong. About ODB.
He was, bro. He was. It's too bad about that guy. It was crazy the talent that he had. We're not talking about ODB.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Law ID is a must, bro. It is a must. You should not be allowed to go, yeah, man, this guy really did live there. And, oh, he did? Yeah, go ahead and vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, even in a church setting, right, before we had, like, I don't want to say partnership with the church. Years ago, right, I would have these meetings to say, hey, guys, we need to change, we need to do something in the church, and I would call a meeting. And because we didn't have membership or whatever, somebody that didn't even attend would say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even come here. You're not even invested in here. You know, so how is it, you know what I mean? So
how are you going to dictate what we do?
How are you going to dictate what we do or don't do or how we do it or whatever? You're not invested in here. That's why we have the discipleship class. That's why we have the pin holders, because now as that group is growing, if I have to have a serious meeting, I'm like, hey, if you're a pin holder, I want you to come. Why? Because they're invested in it. I'm not talking about just finances. I'm talking about their children, their life, their everything. And it's like, let's make a decision about house of rest.
That's like the neighbor
and
telling you what to do in your house.
And can you imagine somebody complain and say, I don't need a pinhole. I don't need this. I don't need that. What do you mean? So that's a church. Imagine a nation.
Can you imagine the neighbor telling dad that he didn't like what mom made for dinner?
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you what would happen.
Empty 2 mosque and after school with Satan is cool, but the 10 Commandments in class? Did you guys talk about the high school that took the students to a mosque in Palo Alto? No, we never talked about that. I remember seeing something about that. Didn't know much. I honestly didn't pay much attention to it. I remember seeing something like that. And let me guess, without even knowing, let me guess. They're just exposing the children to other things, right? I'm guessing that's probably what the Palo
We
Alto
did that in
teachers-
Bible college. We went
Yeah.
to every we went to the different temples in Stockton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We actually went at the Bible college.
Yeah.
And then we processed afterwards. So we went on a trip to every different temple.
Yeah.
We walked in and just kind of observed. We were
How old are you?
respectful. No, I was in my 20s. But I'm just saying we did that, but it was a different mindset than I'm sure what they were doing. But we did that more of just we were reading through Josh McDowell's book World Religions. So after we would read and study the thing, we'd go, hey, let's go. As a class, we went to.
Did these people know you were showing up?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was coordinated. Yeah. And they would have food for us and stuff.
Oh, cool.
They were always very kind, but they knew we were Christians from a Bible college going in.
Our poetic was with you?
Yeah.
He said the Hindu temple had bomb food.
Yeah.
They do have bomb food. I'm telling you, but but you won't eat it. You
Yeah.
won't eat it here?
No, dude. The food? No,
Yeah.
I didn't eat it over there. They gave us but they had some pastries and stuff. The pastries are bomb.
I had a bad experience, but I told you I would give it
Yeah.
a shot.
I'm telling you, let's go.
I'll go. I'll give it a shot.
Let's do it. Hey, so the AI overview on Google It says a group of families and community members filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the Palo Alto Unified School District and high school principal over a fall 2025 field trip, where the students from Palo Alto visited a mosque in Santa Clara, were given copies of a Quran. Man, I want one of those. And female students were reportedly encouraged to wear hijabs.
So, like, what did the parents
just
know?
overview.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, were the parents notified? Were the like Justin and Angel, as far as that I can remember, unless they lied to us and didn't tell us, they never went to the sex ed courses. We would pull them out and keep them home.
Well, the funny thing is okay, so before I continue looking up about if the parents knew or not, I remember my youngest one, he was going to be going through the sex ed stuff in, it was like 7th grade or 8th grade or something like that, right? And so I don't know if he slipped up and said something or one of his friends slipped up and said anything. And then I was just like, yo, what's that about? And it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? I got no problem with it, okay? But then I was like, what's that about? And then he was just like, oh, they're going to be doing the this and that sex ed class and la-di-da-da. And then I was just like, oh, yeah, who's teaching it? And then he told me who it was. And I said, oh, wait a minute. You mean the dude with the big old rainbow flag and the pride flag in his class? He was just like, yeah, you don't care, right? I said, you know what, man? Typically I wouldn't. But because of who's teaching it, I do.
Yeah.
He was like, he's just like, I said, no, man.
No, you ain't going to school.
I said, let me see that paper. I know you got a paper for me to sign, bro, if I don't want you in it.
Yep.
Because they give you a paper to sign if you don't want them in it instead of
It's
if
reverse.
you do
It's
want them
reverse.
in it.
Yep.
So they automatically get to go and take it. And I said, I know you got one. He's like, how do you know that? I said, because you got brothers, dummy. This isn't the first time. I said, dang, dude. And then so he was just like, man. And I remember he was the only one that did not take that class. And so I called.
You get this.
Mickey called the prince or the school and said, in case my son doesn't hand in this paper, we signed for him not to take it. So if you can please this and that. And we were like, we'll go in if we have to, but we don't want to have to embarrass him that way.
Yeah.
And so sure enough, man, I don't know if he turned it in or they asked him for it or whatever, but he ended up being the only one for 4 or 6 weeks or something like that of not being able to go to that class. And then after that, he'd have to chill in the principal's office. Man, he was mad.
Because it was like once a week or something, or
No, it was. Yeah, I think it was maybe.
It
once
wasn't
a week.
every day.
For
but-
like a period.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, exactly. And
Well, I remember recently, Bella, or my granddaughter, they sent a thing home that they were going to do yoga.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and Bella wasn't comfortable. She said, she told Leanna, she goes, they're gonna, have us do yoga. She goes, and I don't believe in that, whatever. And Leanna called them. She's like, my daughter ain't doing that. Like, she don't want to do that, So
Yeah, because there's have I stretched? Yes. All right. But I didn't stretch in the same manners, in the same heart postures.
yeah. The
Of
thing is,
what that
Pastor
is.
George, who we support here, he gave a warning to us pastors at convention one time, all the leadership. And he's like, let me tell you where yoga comes from. It comes from my country. Let me explain to you what they want to do. And he broke it down, how they literally want to infiltrate United States and bring that garbage in here. He goes, I don't care how they paint it. I don't care what they do.
Absolutely.
But this is what it is. This is the core of what it is, and
It says right here, according to federal civil rights lawsuit in August 26, participating families claim they were not given fully informed parental authorization or meaningful opt-out. The suit alleges the district failed to secure proper consent for the student participation in religious activities, photography, and the public sharing of the student images during the fall 2025 field trip. So according to what this is saying here is that the parents were saying they weren't given enough and giving them an option to opt out. So, and you know what, because of my children, right? This is where I paid attention early on with my oldest one.
yeah.
And as parents, and obviously I'm not telling anybody how to parent, but I'm not a fool to this either. So if I didn't know that he had that paper in his bag, he would have went into that class.
Yeah.
But something slipped up. I just remember that. It was either his homie or it was him. I think it was him. But anyways, we should be like, hey, man, you got any papers? Parents should be checking in on their kids, whether it be for homework or whatever. As for the day, that's where the communication at the table comes around.
Yeah.
Because we got into a point, I remember Mickey would do it every once in a while, and she was like, hey, do you have any papers for us to sign? And then they would go up and get papers for us to sign. How come you didn't give us these? Oh, no, I forgot. And you know what? In all reality, in life today, because they're so focused like here, they probably did forget, right? But if you like, hey, you got papers for us to sign? Just as simple that.
Yeah.
And then they come down and they're like, yeah, I ain't signing this one. But, and they start doing all that stuff. Yeah, dude, I get it. You're going to be mad.
Or they get that guilty look.
Yeah.
I don't. What?
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, we were pretty cool. There's really not too much we said no to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dude, what are you doing, dude? Like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just ask. Because you know what? Unfortunately, in these schools today, they don't have to ask their parents for permission.
Yeah.
We had to ask for permission, not for us to opt out. If we didn't get it signed,
It was the other way
we
around.
would automatically opt out. I remember watching field trips I missed because I didn't ask my. Hey, I was like, dang, I forgot to get it signed, and you had to give them a week. So I don't know, man. It is what it is.
And
It's sad.
a lot of times, like back in the organization that I was licensed with many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a law in the bylaws that was very outdated, but it started at a time that actually was legit. It was during the 1960s, the 1970s.
Yeah.
Where men had long hair, they were bearded, and as far as during the hippie times. So they put in their bylaws that men should be clean shaven. Right? Short hair, clean shaven.
During the hippie days.
During the 60s and 70s, which makes perfect sense. But when you keep it in the 2000s, and now that becomes a tradition and almost a tar and feathering for men who are not clean shaven and have any facial hair. See, now you've stepped out of the bounds.
That's like you're being in a gang-infested city, in a gang-infested neighborhood with the church, and you're like, hey, no blue or reds allowed here.
Yeah.
But then 30 years later, that stuff
when they're wearing pink and purple.
That stuff ain't an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is if you look at the time that a lot of, I'm just assuming, I'm tying these things together in my head. When sex education was brought into the schools, what was the time frame that it was probably brought in?
I have no idea.
70s, I think.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think it was
probably
started
about
right.
I know it was offered.
Which makes sense.
It was offered for me in high school.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, well, I remember. I think middle school for me.
Middle school.
So
I
it'd been
was high
90s.
school.
Yeah. 80s,
It was
late
90s.
80s, 90s.
Did you go to Clover?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, late 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And so to me, that makes sense of what was happening during that time. But then at the same time, let's think back of the Christian community. Christians didn't speak on the subject either.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that.
So you have a culture that was very uninformed. Look at what was happening. I get why the government stepped in, apart from I think there was a lot of corrupt thinking in that process
Yeah.
too. But it makes sense to me, the door that was left open.
Now they're using it
Exactly.
for something else.
But it always goes back to, at some point, David, that what the church puts down,
yeah.
And doesn't take that ownership for. That's just my thoughts.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. It really is. It's corruption of the children, and it's just a Lucifer thing, man. It's the more and more, the older I get, the more I notice it, and it's just like I'm very, very grateful. I'm not like you, man. Angel, I'm not like you, man. I don't have to raise children in this time of age.
Yeah.
I have men. I'm teaching them men habit. I'm continuing things I've already put in place with these young men. They're fools, just like I'm a fool every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? They make dumb decisions, just like I did at their age. I expect them to do that nowadays. You get what I'm saying? All I can do is drop the wisdom. It's up to you to scoop it up. And whenever and eventually I know you will, but it's just the timing.
Yeah.
I'm very, very grateful. I'm not like you and a lot of other people that are in my life. I don't have to raise children in this, bro. I don't have to raise children in today's life of what a woman is. That's sad. And that's pathetic. Not even getting into mosques and following Allah and Buddha and Muhammad. And that's just wild work in my life, dude. And I get it. I know where you stand, and I know how you are, and I know the type of man and father that you are. I'm just saying, in general, I'm not in that with you.
Not yet.
I'm not in that boat.
Not yet. You got grandkids coming.
Yeah, but I'm not raising them. Well, God willing, I'm not. God willing, I'm. Oh,
No.
Jesus.
But what I'm saying is just like, and that makes, I would imagine, because David, you're the only grandfather here, how much harder it is as a grandfather not having that direct contact to make those ship changes and having to do it from a distance.
Yeah.
And coaching from a distance as a parent.
Yeah.
And yet knowing, like, exactly what you're saying, the culture in which my grandkids are facing. And then you hear the story of Bella. I'm sure that's encouraging.
Yeah.
But it's not the only grandkid you have.
Yeah.
You know, and mine are coming too.
We live in this woke. We live in this woke time, man. And I'll tell you what, they sure ain't woke. They're not woke up.
You know what's funny about that is a lot of times when a young man or young lady, before they have kids, before they're married, before they're homeowners, before anything, it's real easy to be super leftist and super, Sharon's son was like that. The moment he got married, and then he bought a house,
paying taxes,
all of a sudden his way of seeing the world and politics completely flip-flopped.
I feel
it. You give a man a little bit of responsibility and a little bit of ownership.
Like, whoa.
And then he's like, whoa, wait a second. And now he changes.
Yeah.
So,
Justin?
if your son is that way, get him married, get him a house, and they're going to change. They'll change on their own naturally.
Get him a job.
I know in this industry that I'm in, I've talked to some, I have to, I do every once in a while talk some politics or sides of the aisle because they brought it up to me and I don't shy away.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I've talked to some people and we'll just say that. And I've been through some business and we'll just say that. Glory to my Father in heaven. But it was just like, yeah. And then they turn around and they start talking about my deal. And I'm just like, I got to oh my God, dude. Like, I said, you know what, man? I think that it's best that we just don't talk about any of this stuff. And they say, but this and that, whatever. And one guy I knew, so I had the window open. But I was like, as much as you hate him, all this, what you're doing, is because of him.
I had this guy, not this guy, but I was watching a YouTube video where this guy went up to this leftist guy that was selling T-shirts. Did you see it?
I saw that.
And he goes, how do you feel about capitalism? He goes, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. He goes, really? It's got to stop. I don't remember exactly what he said, but basically it came down to the thing
seen it
of,
a while back.
Yeah, he's like, so what do you sell your shirts for? He's like, oh, $35 each. Oh, wow, that's a good profit. You know, and this and that, whatever. He goes, how come you don't give them away? He goes, well, what do you mean? I got to make money. I'm trying to make money here. You're a capitalist. That's what it means, dude.
You're an anti-capitalist. Yeah.
It means you have a business that you're trying to turn a profit and build something out of nothing. That's a capitalist. And it just like it went over to the guy's head.
No. What are we talking about?
No, God, no.
Before we get finished, what was I gonna say? What are your guys' thoughts on Caroline leaving?
I didn't know she was.
Yeah, well, she just had a baby.
Yeah, you know she had her child, right?
Okay.
Her second,
No, I
she had her
didn't know that.
daughter,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? And so she stepped down as press secretary because she's gonna. But he gave her a different job that will have her advocating something for the White House. But she was like, I want to go be a mom, and I don't have enough.
I mean, she got the blessing from the administration. She got the blessing from the president. She did have a baby.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I hope they bring somebody just as sharp, though.
Yeah, I hope they have somebody who isn't going to just be ran over by the press. That's another one of the things. I was watching.
What if Dana White takes that role?
Oh, dude, that'd be dope. You know who I would like to? If you're talking like that, bro, Rogan would be dope too, bro. For that matter, give it Theo.
Our last 4 minutes, I want to talk about them wanting to give gun rights to felons.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm a felon, so I agree with that. It's not a blanket statement. I think that it's an application depending on what type of felon you are. Because if you, for instance, if you have violent charges, if you have domestic charges, things like that, then you're not going to be eligible for a firearm. But there are a lot of people that are felons, Trump included, that because they're a felon, their rights are taken away, and no matter what. I have been out of prison for a long time now. 15 years. I want to have my right to bear arms. I'm an American.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' thoughts about that? Why now? Why now?
Why now?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question.
Yeah, I do too.
More so than the topic.
Yeah. That's I think more important for the last 3 minutes.
For you, I mean, I'll say it like this. Do I have a problem my brother bearing arms? No. Do I have a problem? I'd have to know what that blanket is or what that regulation is, because I don't know if I'm comfortable, because I don't know what the restrictions or non-restrictions are. Because I can say that about you because I know you. But I also know how many people have come out of the incarceration lifestyle that have not changed, and what are those regulations?
Yeah. It says here, though, that restoration would be considered on case-by-case basis, not automatic or guaranteed, barring extraordinary circumstances, violent felons, registered sex offenders, illegal aliens, and others who pose an ongoing danger would generally remain ineligible.
And the other thing I would ask is, who wrote the bill and who is supporting it?
Well, Trump's supporting it.
Okay.
Which is...
I don't know much about it. I really
and then there's
don't.
Attorney General Todd Blanche.
Yeah, there you go. That's Todd Blanche.
Allowing eligible Americans to apply.
Okay.
So,
man. Then to me, then just the question I would have to think about is the timing.
Yeah, because I don't agree with violent felons having gun rights. I don't believe in registered sex offenders having gun rights. I don't believe in illegal aliens, obviously, or anyone who poses an ongoing danger. What about those that made a mistake and they are living their life being productive in society?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What do you think, Tino?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I really got nothing else to say. I mean, I think that...
Are you fully comfortable, or do you just have some questions?
I personally think that as long as they do their due diligence, I think that's how you say it, and really pay attention to the cases of who's being allowed and who isn't, as long as they stay there and, you know what I mean, and keep it all the way legit, as much as legit means in America. But I don't see any problem with it, because you know what, man, we live in a crazy time right now, and I think guns are very important in life today. And so for, like you said, like yourself, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to tote
Yeah.
heat whenever it is needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Effing.
And then especially, I mean, I think most people know what you do here. You know what I mean, and who you are. And so the thing about it is, the one, he's not a Muslim, but he looks like one, or he doesn't look like one, but he's a real bearded dude. He's on the internet and talks about Jesus Christ, the one who
The
got
Duck
stabbed.
Dynasty guy?
No.
Oh.
He got stabbed on his altar.
Oh yeah. I don't remember his name right now.
But anyways,
He lost
okay,
an eye? The
I
dude that
think
lost an eye?
so. I think so. Yeah.
I can't. Man, I can't remember his name right now.
But you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, anyways, I mean, if that guy was strapped, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do I promote violence? Nope, not no more. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people would say different, but it's cool. They could say what they feel. And the thing about it is like, yeah, I don't see any problem with them as long as the people who are going to be in charge of viewing these cases are doing their job correctly.
Yeah.
Because like you said, right here it says exclusions, violent
Oh yeah,
offenders.
Bishop Marimar. Yeah, that's right.
Violent offenders, homicide convictions, serious weapon violations, registered sex offenders, and presumed ineligible. And is like, I don't agree on none of those. fools
Yeah,
I agree.
carrying.
FNE Network said
Even
why,
if they're saved and found Christ, sorry, bro.
FNE Network said why not? Sex offenders are a crime and nothing to do with a gun. You know what I found out? Speaking of that, I didn't realize that when you go on that thing to find sex offenders, whatever it's called, there's different levels that people are labeled as.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means. I thought it was a blanket, like you're a sex offender or you're not. That's it. But apparently there's levels. You know, I think it's the same as this. Is that I think nobody's gonna pass a law, and it'll kill it for everybody if they say sex offenders should get guns. I think that's where people say nah.
Yeah.
Same thing with domestic violence. Domestic violence people you cannot get your gun rights back. Even if you had never had nothing to do with a gun, but you beat your wife up, you cannot get a firearm. And somebody would say, well, what about domestic violence? I never used the pistol. I just slapped her around.
Yeah.
But people are not comfortable with passing laws to allow them to have guns.
Yeah, because it makes sense of the fact of the crime had to do with the vulnerability of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you now have the possibility of more force to use on a vulnerable person, it makes sense why that would be on the table to me. It makes sense.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think the Second Amendment has nothing to do with protecting yourself. Because the brother brought that up. He says people go after them because they need to protect themselves. We can't go into a court saying I want gun rights to protect myself. The Second Amendment is not meant for that. It was meant to protect against tyranny, against government.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't veer from that and say I deserve a gun because I need to protect myself. That's the wrong argument. That doesn't work. The Second Amendment was there not for that, but against the tyranny of government. So that's what it comes down to, right? You know how we can say what we want, we get all emotional, whatever, but in court, that stuff don't stand.
Yeah. I didn't. I never thought of it like that. But
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know we got to go. We got to finish. I have bridges to go to now. The prison ministry we got, and
Okay.
But yeah, good conversation.
Peace.
Hey, all of you guys, man, thank you guys so much for all of you that comment on here. We appreciate each and every one of you. And but yeah, amen.
Be blessed.
All right, see you later. Wait,
Peace.
one more.